Hello and welcome to another episode of the Federal Church Presents Better Than Bloomberg, where we continue our coverage of the Japanese currency collapse, the sovereign debt crisis, and the international insolvent banking system failure. We got a new note from Zero Hedge today. Yen tumbles to 1986 lows. Look at that. After Japanese currency chief comments, gold, oil, and bonds dump. And don't forget all the other things that implode and the interconnected derivatives it involves. The market is testing Japanese officials, and so far it's winning, reaffirming its constant stance of jawboning over actual intervention. Vice Finance Minister Masato Kanda said late Wednesday that the government is watching the yen with a high level of urgency as he described the currency's latest moves as rapid and one-sided. Yeah, all the way to zero. I have serious concern about recent rapid weakening of the yen and are closely monitoring market trends with a high sense of urgency, Conda told reporters late Wednesday. We will take necessary actions against any excessive movements, he said. Conda refrained from commenting if the yen's latest move was excessive. Well, any move down is excessive, isn't it? The status quo sent the yen lower against the dollar. Oh, but don't let that fool you. Of course, they're going to try to intervene, and there has been no successful intervention in the history of central banking to prop up a currency that is failing. I mean, they're going to try to intervene by dumping dollars and U.S. toiletries, which creates a nice dynamic with other holders of U.S. toiletries in that it becomes a like the scene out of margin call. Whoever dumps the toiletries first doesn't get hosed. So as they dump toiletries denominated in dollars, don't let that yen dollar cross fool you. So breaking down to its weakest since 1986. Get a load of that. Look at that. Ooh. Earlier this week, Honda said authorities were ready to intervene in currency markets at any time around the clock if needed. Oh, and again, they don't really have anything to intervene with unless they want to dump dollars and worthless toiletries, which are going to be made worthless themselves, especially if they print dollars to try to uh, bail out the Bank of Japan there. Finance Minister Shunichi Suzuki said they are closely monitoring developments in the market and will take all possible measures as needed, which is nothing really because they're out of dry powder. 'Cause all they can do is dump toiletries and worthless US dollars. And that's if the Fed doesn't outprint them first. If the moves start to get disorderly north of 160, they may come in to smooth the move, said Win Thin, global head of market strategy at Brown Brothers Harriman and Company in New York. Buy until the BOJ tilts more hawkish. Ooh, it's kind of an understatement there because they would pretty much have to go into double digits, well into the double digits in the race to try to stem that and just implode their economy. Upside for the US dollar Japanese yen is the path of least resistance. Well, it's starting to look disorderly. Given quarter end dollar demand and the fact that the volatility environment remains contained, Japanese authorities might wait a bit more before intervening once again, said Roberto Corbo Garcia, head of G10 FX strategy at Shitholder something in Madrid. Hmm. There's nothing that they can essentially intervene with. Volatility needs to rise more if they are to step in again. Ah, well, they can step in again, and just like last time, it's not really going to do anything because it'll keep collapsing because they printed shitloads of money. And all they have are dollars to try to defend against it. Was also printing shitloads of money after printing shitloads of money already. The yen weakness sent the dollar higher and triggered selling in gold and oil and treasuries. Japan has acknowledged it spent 9.8 trillion yen, 61.3 billion US dollars, intervening in currency markets between April 26 and May 29. Although specific dates weren't disclosed, trading patterns suggest major interventions occurred on April 29 and May 1. Data on foreign reserves suggests Japan sold treasuries to fund these actions. They're going to have to sell a lot more. And they better do it fast before it's worth nothing. Previous action by Japan to support its currency market has raised eyebrow overseas. Oh, and I did see there were some foreign buyers for whatever auction they held today. Those were probably their other central banks printing more money. Don't let that fool you either. Just because they all printed money. It's worth nothing in real terms, in inflationary terms. I mean, with the U.S. Treasury Department last week adding the nation to its monitoring list for foreign exchange practices. They know damn well they need to sell that garbage just to defend their currency. But again, don't forget to donate. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in this situation. If you did, remember, your donations are your salvation. Donate now.